3, 2, 1.
It's about that time now, where they ask me to pipe down, but they got no leverage. Give me a second, I got 2 hours on the price now. I do not bow, I do not break. I take complaints that they slice. I will not stop, I will not stray. So keep your words to the wise. There's only fools here.
Welcome back to Original Minds, an Intrizio podcast. This is our Artist Spotlight series, and today we're shining the Artist Spotlight on our friend Anetix. Say what's up, Mr. Anetix. How you doing today?
What's going on? I'd be remiss if I don't just start this off with a big shout out to my homeboy Goat, Grades of Absolute Truth, who helped me get in contact
Yes,
with
sir.
y'all.
Yes, sir.
He's the one who helped make this project what it is, and he's my biggest supporter. So Goat,
Hell yeah.
love you,
Shout out
brother.
to Go.
Shout out, Goat. Thank you for getting connected with you, or getting us connected with you, sir.
But
That's
enough
awesome,
about
man.
him. This is Anetix.
Yes, sir, Anetix. Before you came on today, Anetix, we asked you in one word, why do you make music? And you said,
Happiness.
happiness.
Yeah.
All right. Just a little bit. I mean, in a small couple sentences, what does that mean to you?
Well, I guess happiness is different to kind of everybody, but mine is just like peace of mind. The fact that I am able to speak from my heart and tell a story and stuff like that. Like there's a great from Bill Hicks, like whenever he's talking about the bullshit music coming out whenever he was a big comedian, he's like, play from your fucking heart. And like that's what I thrive. I really strive to do is just play from my heart. You know, even whenever it comes to the wonky, funky, like kind of weird stuff, it's like that's a part of me that I want to explain to everybody. And it just makes me happy knowing that there's people listening to it, and if somebody enjoys the performance in the show, that's even better.
He said,
Right.
play. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but he said, play from your heart. We were just, I remember when we were playing the song before he came in,
Oh,
the
yeah.
one thing we said was, oh, he's saying it like he means it.
Yeah.
Those are literally the words we said to
He's making
ourselves.
me feel it.
He
I
said it like he
appreciate
means
that.
it.
Yeah, and
Like we said, like, do you think people hear that within your music?
I hope so. You know, and that's really all you can do as an artist is hope that they're getting what you're conveying.
Yeah.
And I think if you go through my albums, you're gonna find going all the way back to PsychoCon that I did with Matt in like the early 2008. We did horrorcore stuff on there. We did weed smoking songs on there, but I have anthems on there. Like Where Did I Go From Here? And I go back and listen to that now as nearly 40,
Right.
and I'm like, damn, that it still means a lot to
Yeah.
me to hear myself say the things that I was saying and how far I had come just from graduating high school to that point, how far I had come and progressed and stuff. And you hit another dive which we can go through, but it's really good, cool to be able to follow that.
Has that always been your reason for why to make music, or was it different younger? No.
Shout out to my homeboy Koki. So I was in the car with my buddy. This is probably like ninth grade summer or something like that. And I'm in the car with my buddy, and we had this SBM instrumental CD. And so
yeah, I
puts it
love
on. They're like, somebody spit something.
Yeah.
None of us rap. Now I think I was so high that I was just like, fuck it. And I start spitting some raps, and everybody in the car kind of turns and they're like staring at me like, it was actually pretty good. And and so it kind of culminated from there, where like my buddy Richard Koki took me out to the south side, and I met my buddy Flex and Killa P, who I'd end up being in the crew with later on. And like Killa P he's like, I heard you rap, why don't you rap something. I'm like, fuck it, give me a beat. So I rapped, and then that's how I got cool with basically all of them, and they became lifelong friends. And and getting to do it with my buddy Drew Elam, and he was always so much better at freestyling than I was, and I kind of just followed in his footsteps. But it was like that reaction that you get from people. Like I had big red fro instead of a big red beard whenever I was younger, so people would see it and be like, "The fuck is this? What the fuck is this guy doing?" And so like I'd be in the party like the only skinny white dude fucking rapping, and just seeing that reaction coming from theater and coming from a lot of the difficult things that I did as in my stupid days, it was just like my way of either standing out, and then it became my way of being, happy and sharing myself with other people.
I think for any rappers, you usually start with your as a freestyle with your friends, just fucking around.
Yeah.
Like you said, just trying to get better, and then somebody will be like, hey, you actually might have something, bro. You might go.
Right.
Speaking of that, I mean, especially just because we haven't even gotten an introduction, so rap, is that the main type of music you make sonically? Who are you? What kind of sounds do you go for? What are you shooting for?
So I used to be in younger days, I was in garage bands and stuff like that, and did a little bit of singing, but dealing with a lot of people, like having, you got your drummer, your bassist, guitarist, and trying to keep everybody on track. I got to the point where I was like, man, I love rapping and I love doing this band stuff, but I hate dealing with everybody's fucking egos.
yeah,
Like
that's
I'm
crazy.
out.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like even though some of them were my best friends, it's like I can't be the one to continuously keep y'all on track.
Right.
I can only focus on like what I can do. And so whenever I started rapping and recording, it was like, this is my, and I was in crews and stuff like that, but that was another thing. Like you're trying to make sure that they're staying on time and like, hey, you got a verse for this, you got a verse for that. And so doing the solo stuff was, it's just one of those things where it's like,
Yeah.
you have a passion and love for all of that, but this was my jam.
Especially if you feel like you're being held back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like when you said doing the solo stuff, was this early on? When did you feel like it was clicking? Like I'm an artist. Like this is what I can do.
Probably working on the PsychoCon project with my buddy Matt. That was the first time I'd really like recorded songs and like collaborated with somebody, and he was so damn passionate about it, and he would come up with song ideas and all that kind of stuff, which drove me to come up with song ideas. And I was really into politics and religion, so I was writing songs about pretty much everything on the plate. And it was from that he ended up breaking off and making a horrorcore group called Bloodlust Prophecies with our buddy James, which was fucking amazing. I wish they would have been able to do more.
Yeah.
They
like that name.
got a song on YouTube about basically their fathers and how they were treated as kids, and it is fucking brutal. Bloodlust Prophecies, if you can check it out on YouTube, check that one. It's incredible. But whenever he jumped off, I was like, I felt alone. I was like, fuck, I always kind of needed somebody to latch onto to stay kind of
Grounded. Yeah.
And but then I was like, I can do some solo stuff. So I started doing some solo stuff by myself. I was taking like the pay to play shows just to get on stage. And then I ran into, other crews, and they were like, dude, you're dope. You want to get on some music. So that's whenever I really realized that I could kind of stand on my own as well.
You got a little bit of that confidence, a little bit of that.
Yeah. Yeah, it
outside
took that
kind of
first
recognition,
project and
yeah.
those shows to really get that first.
Just that first risk.
Yeah,
That's all it takes.
exactly.
And PsychoCon, that was a rap project as well, or
Yeah. So
where'd that name come from? Yeah.
So it's kind of like we were talking about combination of names. So
Yeah.
Psycho, my buddy Matt, literally has Psycho on his fucking neck,
Crazy.
tattooed. He, in and out of jail and all
Yeah.
that kind of shit,
Yeah.
but just genuinely good heart, at least for me.
Yeah.
And Khan is, Genghis Khan. It's like king, universal
Got it.
ruler. So I was
Okay.
like, we're psychotic universal rulers. Psh, like, put those together.
When you said
Right.
Khan, I didn't even know you meant Genghis Khan. I was thinking
Yeah.
like convict or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Khan.
Khan. That means we're universal rulers. Sharpening up my pen so it will go straight through you. Kind of, yeah. So
And how old were you when that project came out?
I was probably 22 when that one dropped. So like I think we did all of it in like either a summer or like maybe over a 6-month span whenever we first linked up. Because I moved it to my apartment, turned that bitch into a studio, and was like, let's fucking make some. I had my big screen on the wall, ready to make some music. Couldn't mix and master for shit, but
Dude, yeah.
like screw it. If I can hear it and go like, oh, I can hear my voice, fine.
Yeah.
And so
What do we tell? We've mentioned before multiple times, but
not
so
just
many
press-
people. It's not just
not
press
just
play and
press play and
record. People
record.
realize that.
Yeah.
But on
Oh
top
my
of
God.
that, like you said, you didn't know how to mix and master, but you still jumped into it.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like so many people hold themselves back because they're like, oh, it's not going to sound great, or I can't mix it like a professional, so I'm not going to drop it, or I
you
can't
find
get
a
it.
professional
yeah,
to do
I
it,
can't,
like,
I
send it
can't
off to the
perfect it,
professional.
so I'm not going to put it out there. People don't put things out, and they leave it on their computer because they're too scared to put it out there.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
Man,
Well,
you
and
should
then
just
like
throw
find
in.
like we were talking about, meeting individuals, like the person who mixed and mastered this project, Billy, and the guy who mastered it is slipping my mind right now. But if I didn't know Goat and like
Yeah.
it would have came
with it.
out, the way that I recorded it, but being able
Yeah.
to pass that off to somebody to make it sound a bit more professional and stuff like that, I had never heard myself sound like that. So
Right.
it was just like, sweet.
For someone who hasn't heard you before, how would you say you sound? How would you describe your sound? Maybe like a color, mood, any kind of descriptive.
I mean, if it was a color, I'd say orange, but that's just because orange is my favorite color.
color too.
And it's like I just love the color, and it kind of represents me. It's kind of like somewhere in between, like not yellow, not red, just like somewhere kind of in the middle. I don't know, man. I've kind of struggled with that. I struggled with identity about that a lot, actually.
And so you struggle with identity of like who it is exactly you are,
Or who I'm rapping for. Like, so like, doing PsychoCon. We were doing the horrorcore stuff and like the
Yeah.
weed stuff and all these. And then I was writing my my letters to a young contrarian that I dropped in 2012. I was writing about religion and politics and some off the wall shit and
Right.
stuff like that and I was just making it for me, and I kind of always struggled with this, like, how much of myself do I get into? Even whenever I'm getting super emotional in my music, it's still pretty surface level. And like, how do I talk about all the shit that I did in my past? Do I talk about being a piece of shit here and all that kind of stuff? But then it's like you're always going back in your head like, well, who wants to hear that? And what I had to get over was, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
the people
You got a
who-
story to tell.
Absolutely.
and the people who will want to hear it and will connect with it. That's you can't connect with everybody, but man, you find your group. That's all you need.
Right. So when we get into the music, and we get into like artistry as ourselves, like me as an artist, I know I have favorite songs that I've made. As an artist, what songs have you made that you tend to show everybody other than the other one?
Yeah. Or songs that mean more
Or
to you.
mean more to
Damn. The one that really stands out, and it sucks because the one that's on the Letters to a Young Contrarian is kind of the remix to it, because I didn't own the beat, and my big thing with that one was like, I want to own all these beats because I want to make this my project.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that only got like 3/4 of the way done. We never got fully into mastering that, so it doesn't sound as it should. And so, and it's Family Values. I wrote that song when I was probably like 22, and it's about my family. Like I took clips from family videos, and it starts it off, it's in the chorus, and then it ends it, and I really get to tell people like my journey with my family,
Right.
and like my things getting really rough whenever I was in kind of a vulnerable age, and then kind of overcoming those things. And even though my perception on certain things of it have changed, that song like just it's no doubt that after I perform that song and I get off stage, somebody doesn't walk up to me and they're like, man, that
Right.
like that made me cry or something like that, because it's just it's really a vulnerable song.
Yeah.
But it's and I don't listen to it much because
Yeah.
but it's
That was one of
anytime
those-
there's a clip of my baby sister Coriana. She's in her high chair and she's like, I love you, mama, and my mom says, I love you, darling, and it's just every time I hear her baby voice, because she's like my best friend, just like grabs that heartstring.
Yeah. Dang. So with the what was going on with that song? I mean, you said it was talking about your family values. What was going on in your life at that time? And do you feel like you write better during darker periods of your life, or do you feel like you have to maybe, I don't know, go through the dark period first?
Go through
and-
something and
That's-
write about it.
I think that one was more like because I'd struggled with addiction and all throughout middle school and high school, cocaine and
Yeah.
ecstasy and stuff like that, and I struggled with a bit of my identity, but it was having some. I attempted suicide whenever I was in 9th grade, and my sister is the one who found me, and it's weighed heavy on my shoulders my entire life. And when I finally had kind of come out of that depression and that anger, that side, and unfortunately I got back into it, in my 30s, which we can go over if we wanted to, but that was kind of my like recognition of what I had done and trying to give them the shout out that they
Yeah, I know what you mean.
deserve.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I could never like
Helping you
I
through everything.
call my sister. There's a clip on there. It was like, Corey helped me pull, but I am the real hero, that my older sister says, and that's a fact. She's my hero. Like, she has saved my life literally on multiple occasions.
Right.
Hell yeah. Addiction's a fucking dark thing.
Yeah.
And it's ass to be able to have to go through that. And then, like you said, I mean, you mentioned how you got back into it. I've gotten back into it as well. Like, it's not just a stop and you're good for the rest of your life. It's
No.
For
I'm
any
an-
true
I'm
addict who
ad-
knows, you're always at risk every single day.
100.
And
I'm
if
an
you
addict
remember that-
by nature. It's just,
I'm the
and
same
sometimes
way.
it's great,
I'm the
like
exact same way.
stuff like this. Like you get addicted to doing stuff like
Exactly.
this. That's awesome. But
Yep.
boy,
If you don't do this, you're going to replace it with other things.
Facts.
I'm the same thing, no matter
100%.
what it is. A little bit of everything. I do all the way. I can't just.
Yep.
I start to depend on it. I start to rely on it, and then the same thing. I'm always trying. I think for you, like you said, mentioning identity. For me, it's like I was always looking for an escape, and it was because I didn't know who I was on the inside. I didn't know my identity, and I felt like I don't want to be me. So if I don't know who I am, and I don't want to be me. Let me just
Fucking
take myself
bingo.
out of my head. Let me take myself out of this world and be something
No. Hell yeah.
evanescent or something.
Yeah. 100%.
Does you? Okay, let's say, what part of your sound do you think you're still trying to figure out now? I know that you've taken some time off. You kind of mentioned it beforehand, and you're really starting to do a little more recently. So, what are you trying to do a little bit differently this time, or what is it that you're focusing on?
I'm trying to. It might not sound like it in some of my tracks, but I'm trying to calm down a bit. Like, 'cause in my Letters to a Young Contrarian, I'm very angry. Like I was a deep atheist. Like fucking government just everything pissed me off, and that's when I thought I wrote best, was when I was upset, or trying to prove myself. Like I have 3 Milli Pigs, which is my nephew's favorite song, and that's basically my diss song to. Like I ended off as like, this is my diss song to you all. You know, shove your greatness in my face. I want proof of the gall. And so but that became my nephew's favorite song, but it was me pissed off at like. People are listening to all this trash and not listening to my music and my people and blah 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 blah. And man, it took years for me to go like, that's fucking dumb. Yeah. That's so dumb. It's like, yeah, I'll still get on and diss some rappers. Like I like just spitting about it, but it's like music that I neglected to listen to. Actually, I'll give my somebody in the Intelligent South a shout out here, Roger D. So he, when I first met it, I only met him about 6 months ago, and he's a bit more of that SoundCloud rap, but he has such deep emotion tied to it, and he's just a good fucking rapper and makes good music. But it's like, 10 years ago, I wouldn't have listened to it. I'd be like, it's not, but it's good. It's like seriously good. Like I never really listened to Juice WRLD or XXXTentacion and stuff like that. And then he performed at Trees for a Crybaby show, fucking crushed it. And I'm hearing this music almost for the first time, and I'm like, I've been missing out. Because of my ego, I'd been missing out.
Exactly.
And so like that's what I really had to
That's crazy.
teach myself.
Yeah, I actually did the exact thing in opposite reverse. Like for rap music, I stayed away from it for so long for the exact same reason. Just my ego. I was like, oh, that's dumb.
Yeah.
So I took a while to get into it.
And that's for me. That's for like, I went to rap music and stayed away from the other stuff.
Yeah.
And then when I got away from rap music and I got into the other stuff, I was like, wait a minute, what was I doing?
As you mature, you start to appreciate
Yeah.
the art
Oh, yeah.
and exactly what someone's trying to say in all different forms.
And that's what I'll give a go to another shout out for, man. His music knowledge is breathtaking. Like, and he'll turn me on to different like country artists and pop artists and stuff like that. And he's like, you just need to check him out. And I'll be like, this is nothing that I would have ever listened to. And then I hear it and I'm like, this is awesome. Really damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got to be able to experiment in different sounds. I think it improves you as an artist, even if it's not the sound. I've mentioned it to Big B one time before. We were working on a blues song last year.
Hell yeah.
And
Hell yeah.
he was a little hesitant to do it. He was like, I don't know. And then finally he did it. And what's crazy is he belted out one of the greatest singing notes I've heard from him.
Let's go.
Some blues thing came out of him. But what I was telling him is you're able to, even if it's not the music you like, you can take a piece of that and now put it into your style, and now your style is just a little bit differently than what it was before. And so you go and you expand into these different regions, different sounds, and then you come back to your home base. It's like, now I got all these tools in my pocket,
Dude,
that I can use.
100%. Oh my God, yeah.
And so I think that's really cool, and being able to appreciate that, understanding different music, even if it's not exactly something you would bump or listen to.
I think really what it comes down to is your ability to be introspective and critical of yourself, and like I've always been overly critical of myself, and but not in the right ways. Like I've been critical of myself for things that I shouldn't be, and where I should be like kind of antagonizing myself and saying, get over this little ego that's keeping you from doing XYZ. That's where I haven't been. And so really it's just that introspection of going like, no, I need to shake that ego a bit.
Hell yeah. Yeah, you've got and that takes time. It doesn't just happen instantly. A little bit more into your sound and music. We want to talk about your influences and your mindset. don't want to take away from you as an artist,
Yeah,
but we
yeah,
all have
yeah,
influences. We all have
absolutely.
people that kind of shaped where we came from. So
No.
tell us a little bit about where it is,
So,
where it started.
I mean, I guess it would be like I don't even call them influences. It's just like kind of where what I grew up to, like
Yeah.
Bone Thugs and Harmony, 3-6 Mafia. You know,
yeah.
I wasn't big in Chopped and Screwed, but you know, still grew up to it. SBM grew up to him, but like I would say it's probably a weird person to put on, but Sage Francis. When I got introduced to his music personal journals in college, like I was like, because I had grown up strictly on South, pretty much music, maybe a little bit North Big L and stuff like that, but it was like, oh, you can be really vulnerable and like just talk about whatever the fuck you want to. You don't. It doesn't have to be about being up here. You can come down here and be in the dirt for a bit. And it was hearing him, and especially on like the Anticon beats and stuff like that. It was just so unique, and I was like, oh, this is something that I can just be myself on this stuff. You know what I mean? So it was like I would say Sage Francis, and next to him would be Aesop Rock. Aesop Rock is, as far as I'm concerned, the best lyricist alive. And that's not to say that he's the best rapper alive, but I love the English language. I love finding words that you would never use and trying to put them into something. And he does that all throughout it. There was a great graphic that came out, and it was like rapper vocabulary. And so this guy created it and did the whole, infographic or whatever, and he got blown up by fucking Aesop Rock fans. They were like, you don't even have Aesop Rock on there. So like everybody's here, and then Aesop Rock's all the way over here, which makes him very niche for people.
Yeah.
But like Daylight, the battle rapper, hearing him go like Aesop Rock's one of my favorite. And he had, you always have to emphasize not ASAP Rocky, Aesop Rock. You always have to emphasize that. And to hear somebody like that, who I also Daylight's like in Been a Minute, I mentioned like Naked with a Shotty. That was something that Daylight came out with years ago. But but on the follow up, I had to mention like Daylight's Years Beyond Me. So like I'm using that little bit, but I need to emphasize that he's
the one, yeah.
he's fucking genius.
He's the
And
one that put it out there.
yeah, battle rap is my hands down. That's a big inspiration for
Battle
me,
rap, I love battle rap.
dude.
Hell yeah.
URL, KOTD, yeah, RBE, just.
A little side note: who's your favorite battle rapper?
Damn, that's hard, man. I don't think Real Deal gets the flowers that he deserves, and Real Deal is fucking good.
That's a pull.
That Real Deal
That
is
is a
he's fucking good, bro. Like, I mean, then you have Disaster, who like if you have Disaster's just a multi-syllable fucking genius kind of deal, but he needs to get on his timestamp shit. Like whenever he goes unlimited, like he battled Sharon recently, and I was like, I can't spend an hour and a half watching one battle. Rum Nitty fucking just like punch.
Wow.
Like the punches are just insane. Like I'm gonna have to MOP your ante up. You're just like, how?
Yeah, that's
How'd
crazy.
you come up with that? But yeah, Real Deal, especially with like how much he cares about, his Charlie. His father passed away, medical malpractice, and like how much he promotes it and like he tries to bring awareness about it. Yeah, that I would say Real Deal's definitely up there. Ilmac is like his writing is not only his writing in battle rap, but his music is really fucking good too. So yeah, I would say those would probably be the two: Real Deal and Ilmac.
Big B probably knows a lot more about battle rap than me. I'm gonna have to go research some of those.
Tay Rock, yeah.
Arsenal,
All of the Don, Arsenal, yeah. Arsenal was just like fun to listen to in my, when I first started watching Battle Grizzly, like he's so he's so mean.
He's so mean and he's animated with it.
Yeah. Like he talked about Shoddy Horror, his uncle. It's like, oh, dude, brutal, bro. Yeah, so yeah, but battle rap, I truly believe that battle rappers are the best lyricists on the planet.
Sure.
Like the fact that they have to write for a specific person and then make it interesting. Oh, Mad Flex's writing is off the wall, and he's fucking incredible. Like that's that. Like when I wasn't rapping, I was really listening to battle rap a lot, and when I wasn't writing between like 30 and 35. But like that's where I would get my outlet from, and I'd start writing like battle bars in my phone and stuff like that. But those cats they're phenomenal. They're great, man.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Love battle rap.
Yeah,
Shout out to
yeah.
URL. Shout out
You're
to
gonna have to share
Yeah,
some
I'm
of
gonna
your
have to share
favorite
every
battles with me,
rappers.
man.
Yeah,
So-
I got you.
Hell yeah.
You seem to be very big into lyrics. Is that what would be more important to you? Is the feeling that you're trying to convey, or maybe the message you're trying to say? And I know, like I said,
No, that's a great question. Man, that's a great question. I suppose it depends on the beat.
Yeah.
What I'm doing in some later projects that I have coming out either next year or later this year is I'm getting on beats that I wouldn't typically get on, like trap beats and stuff like that. And it's not only to challenge myself, but to also reel myself in and be like, you can just rap to make people bob their head. You don't always have to be like, motherfucker, that kind of shit. And so that, it's. I don't know, man. That's
Yeah,
a
it really just
that's
depends
a
on the mood.
difficult question. That's
Like I said.
that's an interesting question. Yeah, never really
Yeah.
thought about it like that.
And I mean, there doesn't have to be a right answer.
No, yeah.
I mean, because the same thing it depends on where you are at, especially wherever you're at in your life right now. Sometimes you want to just get something that gets people feeling.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, no, I need people to hear what's going on with what's going on inside my head.
100%. And like where the beat kind of is the back burner, and it's the lyrics that are more. And I'm trying to get, I want to have songs that I too early in my like rapping stuff was I put myself in a box, and now it's just like, man, if the fucking beat is good or I have something to say, I'm gonna do it. Like
do it.
I'm gonna do it. And if my sound varies too much to some people, fuck it. Or if this group really likes this song, this group really likes this song, even better.
Right.
Yeah.
No.
Hell yeah. I mean, because you can get both.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
instead of getting one, you got
and
two.
sometimes I'll write songs that are just for me, like Family Values. That's just for me. The next project that I'm working on is Smile on the Other Side, and one of the songs on there is called God Bless the Tow Truck Driver, and it's about my wife.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is just about how we met in our relationship. Nobody's gonna like really understand it, but she does. Like
Right.
I do.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Exactly. A little bit more, I guess, behind your music and behind you. We mentioned the one word, which was happiness. But give me a little, I guess, let's dig a little deeper into why music. I mean, why is this something that you come back to?
Because I got away from the stage. I was big into theater, and I was, from what everybody said, I don't know, but apparently I was pretty damn good at it.
Yeah.
And I hope some of that kind of comes through on the stuff that I do on Instagram, which I need to do more of. But I loved being. Like, I loved having that script. I loved being on stage, and I can memorize really easy. Like, I've been thrown into plays with 2 weeks and fucking memorized the deal. And what I really should have gone to school for it. I really, really should have. But, my dad kept talking about, like, how are you going to make money? Like, what are you going to do to make money? And that became such a pull down on me.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'll just be a teacher. Fucking, you don't make any money being a teacher either. I really should have just gone for what I was passionate about. But getting into rap was really my way to replace it. And like, I'll create this character. I'll create my own characters, and I'll be this on stage that are all parts of me.
I love that.
And so it's
In a good way, being an artist allows you to play a character.
Yeah,
Kind of,
absolutely. Yeah.
You're yourself, but at the same time, you have an image to portray, and so you kind of have to What's the word? Like embellishing, kind of.
Yeah, a bit. Yeah, embellishing.
Yeah, embellishing.
Well, so like it's funny whenever I'm with Goat or something like that, and I'll do a clip. He's like, "Man, you always catch me off guard. You like go from this, and then you become Anetix." And
Yeah.
it's like you get on your Anetix shit, and it gets confusing. I'm like, yeah, I should probably gear you up for me to be like, hey, brr, 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 brr. So, but yeah, it's the theater kid in me, but it's also the depressed, angry youth that I was, the intellectual, pseudo intellectual guy that I was in my 20s, and then the coming out of the darkness in my 30s. Like, it's all like they're all different characters that I was. Like, there's they say that your cells change every 7 years, and it's like you really become a new person. And it's like, yeah, I can look back in my life and be like, I could critique every single stage that I was at because I was such a different person than I am today.
Absolutely. So with the music now that you're creating, are you trying to prove something? Are you trying to say something? Or are you just trying to get a message out to everybody on how you feel within your music?
With this newest EP, yeah, I was definitely trying to prove something. I was like, nah, I've been away for a long time, and don't nobody know my music really,
Right.
but the local scene that I was in, you know, people still know me as Antics and shit like that, and I hadn't done anything in so long, but I was like, you know, I need to show that I still got this shit. Like I can. There's very few things in my life that I know I'm good at, and this is like one of the only things that I really feel I am good at. And even if, you know, you're never gonna find a bunch of, you know, everybody like your shit, and that's not what being good at something is.
Yeah.
Not where everybody can agree that you're fucking good at it. Fuck, there's NBA players that are badass at their job, but you're gonna find 50 fucking cats that are like, they're not as good, kind of shit. But I know I can do this, and there's not many times in my life where I can be like that I can do, that I can do
you're
comfortably.
sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Have you been able? So, because you just got back to it, and you keep mentioning your friend Goat, is he a big reason you got back to it? I mean, is he helping you?
Oh yeah.
Tell us a little more about him, because he, like I said, he's the reason we're even talking.
Yeah. Well, he hit me.
Looking forward to actually talking to him in person as well.
When he hit me up, it was like, "Hey, you want to do a podcast?" I'm like, "Well, one, you don't even have to ask that fucking question. Like, of course I do." But no, so we linked up whenever both of us were at a very kind of dark point. I had followed him in the music scene for a long time, gone to his shows. I kind of was a fanboy of him and homie Jackrabbit James for a long time, just going to their shows and stuff like that. Actually, Barnyardist, that's their crew. That's Jackrabbit James and Goat. Fucking dope ass logos.
Those are
but
cool.
yeah, you know, in Goat, like there's a picture that I have of me and him trying to work on a song, and it never came out. Like he had his stuff. I never could get my stuff together. It was another time when just drained, but he would, you know, he wanted to do lives, he wanted to shoot videos, he wanted, you know, and he would always ask for hey, I'm doing this, do you want to take a picture for my book that's coming out? And so he always kept me in mind, and I think it's that keeping me in mind that maybe like drove me, and like hearing the news, because he is so prolific. You can literally I have an interview with him on my YouTube channel, and you can track his life like all throughout his music, and it's incredible. And you know, he was diagnosed with MS, and he asked me to help make a video about it, and that became super personal to me. So it also made me realize that, you know, we're not just like kind of music buddies. We're brothers. We're really good friends. And when I sent him that song for us to get on after Rock Pit, and you know, he's like, yeah, you gotta. Like, and it was being able to have somebody that you can lean on, especially whenever you're coming out of such a long hiatus.
Yeah,
like you can't. I couldn't ask for anybody better than him, honestly.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
No, I think those are the most special connections. Those are the ones that kind of really help you. That's the same thing. I mentioned it to you beforehand, before the cameras and everything turned on, how we took a few years off, and genuinely, I'm sure Big can agree, the only reason we got back to it was because of each other.
Yeah.
And it was genuinely just that idea of, hey, dude, I still want to do this. Do you still want to do this?
Yeah.
And so it's just that same thing of just all you need sometimes is someone to be there with you and be like, all right, cool, let's get back on the train. Let's keep going. Let's do it again and see where it goes this time.
And admittedly, I think a portion of it also was my wife kind of being like, you're good at it, do something, and constantly bugging me about writing a song for her. I was like, I've never written a song for a chick. And she's like, when are you going to write my song?
I can, that's the same thing.
And then I had to
I can write about so many things. She's like, why don't you write a song for him? I'm like, I don't, it's just a little different, and I don't know.
I don't know how the hell I came up with it, honestly. Like, I just started taking some of our mannerisms and stuff like that. And I had to do it while she was gone. Like, I had to make sure that she was out of the house to record it. Yeah. Like, I had to hide my notebook and stuff, because she'll fucking lean over and try to check it out. And so she didn't know. And actually, she was really down in the dumps one day, and we had gone through some hard shit. And she's like, do you love me? You know, women just it's like, yeah, fuck, of course I do. But I was like, hold on. So I went, bounced it out, and I was like, here, this is my love for you. And of course, she didn't even get through like the first, I don't know, 16 bars before she started crying. And I was like, you're gonna have to re-listen to it. There's more in there. But yeah, it was that too. It was wanting to prove something to myself, having somebody who wanted me to prove something to other people, getting Goat, and having somebody just to kind of cheer me on and be my cheerleader, like my wife.
That's awesome, dude.
That's awesome.
I mean,
Appreciate that.
You can't beat that. As long as you got support, you
Support
Yeah,
pretty much
and
use
my
it.
family's like probably my biggest fan. My niece and nephews are my biggest fans and stuff like that. Like my mom will be at every show until she drops dead. She'll wheel her.
Yeah.
She'll
Shout
have a
out moms.
motorized fucking scooter, just wheel herself in that bitch.
My mom's my number one biggest fan. So
Yeah,
same.
and I love it. I
Hell
love
yeah.
it.
So where do you see yourself in 6 months then? I mean, you're just getting started. You're progressing. You're really trying to, dial back in. What are you trying to do over these next next year or so?
Just drop music. Just I get the budget for the music because
Right.
I want to get, now that I know what I sound like mixed and mastered. It's like I'm not putting anything out that's not mixed and
yeah.
mastered. But also in getting to collaborate. So like I started the Instagram page and I've met so many cool artists. There's this guy, Minister Julius. He's big on, he's on SoundCloud and stuff like that. And he hits me up and he's like, hey, you want to just jump on this? And I hadn't even released my project yet. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll feature on, yes, absolute incredible beat. The song is called Darwin. Minister Julius, the song is called Darwin on SoundCloud. And just like that, just having another MC be like, yo, I think you're dope. You want to do a track? Like I'm working on one with Jackrabbit James, working on 2 with Roger D. My buddy Cody C-O-D, who won one of the spots at the Will Call deal, who's also a dope artist. Me and him are jumping on a song that I'm fucking excited about. So it's like just getting, even if on Spotify it shows like under 1,000. Even if all my shit stays under 1,000, I'm like, if I get to work with some dope artists and make some music that I want to drive around listening to, I'm all in. I'm great, man.
So then to piggyback on that, what is the bigger dream and what does success look like to you? You just mentioned that. So
Over like what real success looks like to me is being able to support my family off this. I'd even if it was just making $5,000 a month doing shows and through streams or something. That's
I always tell him $50K a year making music. I'm happy.
fucking fine.
I'll
Yeah.
make $50K a year if I get to
50
sit in a studio the whole time.
And I'll pick up odd jobs and stuff like. If I can drive for Uber or something like that and still be making $5K off my music a month.
Yeah,
Fucking
boom.
sweet.
You're
Yeah.
golden. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I
And
said,
it's
we don't
just-
need to be rich. You just
No,
want to
hell
support
no.
yourself
You
doing
wanna
what you
support
love.
yourself.
Yeah, I got my first $11 like after I dropped a few projects, and I was like, I actually made something.
Yeah.
So
Hell
it's if I could make just even a portion of my income could come from something that I'm truly passionate about.
Right.
That's success, man. That's like what else?
It gives you meaning in your life too.
Yeah.
It gives you purpose to
Yeah.
wake up every day and you
It's
like
like-
to show
yeah.
up
Yeah,
to work.
yeah.
You like
It
to.
doesn't feel like a job. It feels like something you wake up every day excited to do.
Yeah, 100%. It's
That's what I will say.
it's fucking If I could get there, that'd be awesome.
How do you see yourself getting there? My bad. How do you see yourself getting there?
Just drop music.
You said
Just drop music. Be open to working with people. Don't be afraid to get on beats that you might not be, that might not be your style. Like just fucking enjoy it. And if you enjoy it, eventually something's, even if it's not massive, getting props. Like this girl Robin posted, I have a bandana out on my merch site, and it's basically Anetix, and then it's a red beard. So whenever you fold it, it gives you a red beard. And so like my dream was to have a bunch of people wearing that and be able to get a picture with them. But she posted a picture of her wearing the bandana, and I'm like, see that's dope. Like that's good. The fact that I'm on somebody else's mind like that appreciates what I do.
even at all, yeah.
Fucking awesome.
What would people be surprised about you? As an artist, even as yourself?
Probably it would probably be my live performance.
You said you're looking to get back on stage.
Yeah, I love being on stage. Absolutely.
When was
love
the last
being
time you were
stage.
on stage?
So we did our release party June 12th at Truth Vinyl, and so that was the last time I was. And then I think Will Call or something like that earlier this year was. And like if I can do 4 or 5 shows a year, that's fantastic for me. But I would love to be on bigger stages, obviously. But I bring 110% whenever I'm on stage, man. Like my energy on stage, I would say is damn near unmatched, except maybe by R.A. the Rugged Man. After watching him, I'm like, how the fuck does he do that?
It's crazy how many people skip over that now too. You've been to local shows, you see people on there with horrible stage presence, dude.
Dude, there's
some of the worst stuff I've seen.
you better have some fucking great music.
Yeah.
if you don't have live presence, man, and it means because I understand just making music, but it's like, man, if you don't want to perform it,
Yeah.
like if you don't feel it in your heart to be like, this is something I created. Let me share it with you. Like, what are you doing? Like, even a pianist, like pianists get really into their stuff.
yeah.
Like yeah. So it's my live performance, man. If I could just do some more shows, I've never done a set like, and people have walked up to me or like have thought it was boring. Like every single time I have people walk, they're like, man, it just, you started and I was like captivated. Even if they don't like the music, they're going to fucking pay attention to me while I'm on stage.
Right.
So that's
bringing that presence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I'm hoping you get back on more stages soon, dude.
Absolutely.
I've had a really good conversation, and so I want to get more into, before we close and before we start coming to an end, I want to get a little bit deeper into you, and I want to give you a chance to really shout yourself out. Tell the world right now what it is. What do people need to check out from you? What it is you're dropping music. So what was it that you just dropped? What's coming next, and what do we need to be paying attention to?
So I just released Mr. Nuisance, which is a 4-song project. The first one, Been a Minute, is really an anthem and kind of like just a return to form, if you will. The second one, Stand Up Straight, is a song that I had written years ago, and you know, that's kind of like my anthem of like, pull yourself up, like you can do it. Here's all the bullshit that happened in my life. Now it's time to stand up and keep it moving. Too Many Times is a really personal track. You know, the chorus is literally just too many times I failed to watch you grow. And that's like a personal, like, I failed to see the process that I had made, like the progress. And then I got Lone Star Styles with Goat and Jackrabbit James, and that's just, you know, rapping with the homies. Like that's we'd been meaning to collaborate for years. And then the next project, Smile on the Other Side, that's, you know, a deeply personal kind of one, but that's leaning more into the Mac Miller kind of beats and stuff like that. I get really personal on it, but it's also a reflection of like the life that I have now, and you know, people I've lost, but realizing that there's, you know, a smile on the other side of all the bullshit. And then, you know, my Instagram, I love coming up with content. I'm not really awesome at like always fulfilling it. But I like to make something that makes me smile and that I enjoy. And then my merch, man, if people could check out my merch, go to my Instagram at Anetix Music, Anetix Music, and check out some of my merch. I think I got some dope stuff on there. I'm trying to create some merch that, you know, doesn't necessarily scream me. There's like other types of designs and stuff like that. So, but if it's you know, I just want to collaborate. I just want to release music, and I just want to perform and just, you know, make people smile while I do it.
And are you going to continue to be doing that with the Intelligent South going forward? Is that kind of like how?
Oh yeah.
And so with that, do you drop things under the umbrella? I know you mentioned how it's like an individual thing, but y'all all come together, and so
yeah. So
how does that work specifically?
Well, like since Intelligent South isn't like really a label or anything, it's kind of it's just a collective of some MCs. Like I put presented by Intelligent South. You know, it's we have the Instagram. We always, you know, share each other's stuff and everything like that. So it's if I'm getting direction and production from anywhere along the Intelligent South route, it's an Intelligent South project, which I'm pretty much getting from Goat like all the time. It's like even Smile on the Other Side, even though that is something that I'm just kind of like personally producing, like there's no way it's not going to be an Intelligent South project, because I'm going to end up having a collaboration with one or two of my homies on there. And so and putting that under there and really kind of shining a light on the Intelligent South and what Goat's been trying to produce is really important. So,
I mean, he's been there for you. So you can
Awesome. It's my turn to step up.
So Anetix, like I said before we go, you're on all streaming platforms. You just dropped your project, so is it on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube,
Apple,
all that?
Spotify, YouTube, pretty much anywhere. All the crazy ones.
Y'all hear that? Go get that.
Heck yeah, man. Well, look, couple other things, I guess, before we call out, and before we call it, I want to just recircle. I wanted to mention, especially how you were talking about going to Mac Miller beats and kind of, you mentioned earlier you were calming down. I can see that. Seems like it. Yeah. Seems like you're trying to find.
Which I'm gonna amp back up, but like this one's kind of like one of the things that my mom said about the God bless the tow truck driver. She's like, I could understand every word you said. It was calm. And I was like, well, my wife, her second language is English, so I really had to make sure that she could understand everything I was talking about. But it's that too. This is going to be kind of my more calm one, but I'm always going to have something in the barrel to fucking like
Ready to
roughshot
go off,
people.
yeah.
You know,
In the chamber.
yeah, got to, right? Got to.
Hell yeah, man. Well, Mr. Antics, before we go, is there anyone else you've mentioned? You've mentioned the Intelligent South. You've mentioned a few other people. I'd love to give you the opportunity right here, right now.
Yeah, hell
on the
yeah.
Original Minds podcast. Shout out anybody
shout
who's
out.
been there
First
for you.
and foremost, my family. My older sister, again, is my hero. My little sister is probably my biggest fucking critic, and that's why she's my best friend. My homie Cameron, and his brother Cade, who we lost last year, rest in peace. Like I've been friends with those guys since I was, in third grade. Cade originally wanted to beat me up. That's actually why I have this lollipop tattoo. He wanted to beat me up in third grade, and then we ended up becoming friends. But and like I said, I was in theater, and in seventh grade, I got to perform at the Bass Hall in The Wizard of Oz. They said I needed a song and dance. I didn't have one, so I just did the lollipop song. Me being friends with these guys, I'm like, oh, I'll show them what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Ever since then, I was a lollipop man. Ever since, bro, we would be in the middle of a club. Doesn't matter, you're talking to women or anything. Hey, lollipop man. So, fuck. And and now I genuinely miss hearing him say it. Richard, Koki, the entire Wartenberg family. I mean, they. My aunt passed away. I call her my aunt, but it was Richard's mom, and she was just such an amazing woman, like family first kind of thing. We lost her really quick, but the whole Wartenberg family, man. They just shout out to all of them. I love them to death. And then I guess obviously my other friends, Kelvin, love you, Josh, love you. But the people who really helped me kind of MC, Drew freestyling with me all those years. Killa P, Flex, I haven't seen them in a long time. Killa P and me, Benny Smoke. Fuck, how am I forgetting Benny Smoke? That's a whole nother. We had a crew called Emblematic, and it was just me and Benny, and we didn't make a lot of music, but we were like fucking joined at the hip in the rap shit, and we would perform. He used to go by Bino. Check out Benny Smoke. Check out his new music. It is fucking incredible. Genuinely, that guy knows how to write hooks. He's pulled back a lot too from like what we were used to be doing, but he makes some bomb music, man. Benny Smoke is definitely somebody you need to check out. We're going to be making some new music as well. And then, just the whole crew, Roger D, Goat, Jackrabbit, James, Billy, thank you for mixing. And yeah, just I don't, I keep my circle pretty small, but
Yeah.
everybody I know is definitely a loved one.
Hell yeah.
Also want to shout out Zaldi, One Deep, KO49, Ill Factors, FT Dub, Kilo Artefacto, DJ Flim, Taste Spew Cataclysm, Drewby Shannon, Rex, Lou Charles, Joey, Cody, San Francisco, Isaac, Pino, Matthias, Fort Knox. Man, all the homies doing their thing.
Before we leave, then, is there anything else you'd like to tell the world? Anything you want to leave them off with?
Man, don't do anything unless you enjoy it. Just
Hell yeah.
find something that you enjoy, and fuck anybody who tells you it really shouldn't.
Yeah.
You're not making any money off it, so you shouldn't. Fuck them. Fuck them, dude.
Yeah.
If it gives you if it gives you some drive, if it gives you some passion, if you fucking love doing it, if it puts a smile on your face, man,
Right.
All that
just
matters.
fucking just go for it. Like fuck this idea that unless you're okay, I got to get on my high horse real quick about this shit. There's nothing that annoys me more than the people who go you're 40 and you're still rapping, you're 50 and you're still rapping. It's like, what other genre do you get? Oh, you're still playing rock and roll at 50? What? You're still playing guitar at 50? Motherfuck you. Yeah, I'm going to be rapping until I'm a
People
fucking...
try to talk down on rapping as an art.
That's
You can't.
crazy.
That's insane.
That's insane.
It's insane. And it's like, why would age stop me from doing something that I fucking love?
Exactly.
That is the only way age will stop me from doing something that I love is if I'm a UFC fighter and I'm getting my ass kicked and my brain don't work no more.
Right.
It's like, but if I can still talk, if I can still think, if I can still write,
like I said, a napkin or sticky note, hand if I got a pen, a whiteboard in my office, or a finger in sand, I'm gonna fucking write.
Right.
And if I can rap it, I'm gonna fucking rap it.
Right.
And the idea that you can't be X age and still do it, fuck y'all. I'll be fucking 83 in an old folks home.
Half the people
Hell
asking you
yeah.
those
Spitting
questions
freestyles to the mamas in there trying to get
Doing
laid.
what?
Shit.
They gave up.
Yeah.
They gave
Half
up
the
on
people
their
that ask you
dreams.
that are like, doing what? What are
Yeah.
you doing at 50?
Yeah, what are you
like,
doing? Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
you happy? So at least I can go around and say, I'm happy. I enjoy my life.
Yeah, facts. And come see me perform. Like, we got a show at Tulips August 18th, I believe, on a Tuesday. That's going to be all Intelligent South. That's going to be just like the crew, Roger, Jackrabbit, Goat, me. We're doing an hour set out there. And then I also have another show September 12th at Dr. Jekyll's Beer Emporium, something like that in Arlington, and that's my birthday's September 10th, so it's going to be kind of like a birthday
Same day as
party
my dad's
jam.
birthday.
Yeah. Oh, nice, hell yeah, man! That's and it's actually the same day as another person that we lost, Sixo, with I can't remember the collective, their label. But I'm hoping to be able to perform. Air Max is going to be there. Kanum's going to be there. Like, I'm really looking forward. Fake Four is the label. And so September 12th, August 18th, and hopefully in November we get something as well. So
Oh, yeah.
Definitely be seeing me and Big B at one of those shows.
Absolutely.
hell yeah,
No lie.
hell yeah, I appreciate that.
All right. Well, Anetix, it's been a pleasure. We really appreciate you coming out here and talking to us.
Thanks for having
I
me.
really enjoyed speaking to you, getting a little know more about you, and I would absolutely, I'm sure Big B would love to have you on in
Absolutely.
6 months to a year again
Fucking
to see
A.
where you're at.
Yeah, hell yeah,
And
hell yeah, I'm
see
down.
where you've grown. And like we said, we weren't able to get into everything. I mean, you had so many other stories to tell.
Yeah.
There was obviously a lot of other people you've worked with, a lot of other things that have happened, and so maybe next time we get a little deeper into that. But all in all, we started this with the one word why you make music, so I just want to repeat that. In one word, why do you make music?
Happiness.
Happiness. Take that with you, world. Apply that
Any
every
area
single
of your
time.
life.
Whatever this word is that these artists come out and they say, all that matters is that it means something to you. It means true to you, and it rings true in your mind. The whole point of this podcast is that we're shining the light on people who are becoming, people who haven't made it yet, people who are learning, growing in the process, and giving people a chance to speak on who they are before anyone realizes who they are.
Facts.
And so, once again, just thank you for the opportunity. And we appreciate you. And we'll definitely be reaching out to you and talking to you soon. Y'all make sure to go check out his project. Y'all make sure to go check out the song "Been a Minute." Go look up Grades of Absolute
Truth.
of Absolute Truth. Perfect. And
Benny
yeah.
Smoke, check out my boy Benny, check out my boy Jackrabbit James, and absolutely check out Roger D. It's all different types of rap, but man, if you like one, you'll like them all.
Hell yeah. Well, this has been our Artist Spotlight series on Original Minds and Intrizio Podcast. This has been Anetix. I'm Ben Lowe.
I'm Big B.
And thank you guys. We'll see y'all next time. Take care.
Now bounce with me. Break your neck, bob your head, and just bounce with me. Hit the deck, raise your hands, and just bounce with me. If you swear what you bled for, then bounce with me. Let's let the coward see. Come now and bounce with me. Break your